Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing? So, today is Tuesday, March 20th. The FOMC has begun their two-day meeting. Tomorrow, it will culminate with a 25 basis point hike in the Fed funds rate, bringing that up to 1.75%. That's pretty much a foregone conclusion. Now, that will be the sixth rate hike. Some of you might be wondering, hey, what do we do? What do we do? How do we get positioned right in front of that rate hike so we can catch the action? I do not concern myself with that. I pay no attention to that. The people who do pay attention to that or concern themselves with that, I think really you're in it just for action. I mean, that's to me is like playing the horses. Like, who's going to win? Just let's make a bet. 159 and 59 seconds, Eastern time, right before that decision. Hey, are we gonna buy the dollar, sell the dollar? We're gonna buy treasuries, sell treasuries, buy stock, sell stock. What are we gonna do? Let's go. We need something to do. I don't pay any attention to that. I don't care what happens because I am focused on the big picture. I understand what the impact of rate hikes are. All right, I've gone over this. Rate hikes, I've always said to think about rate adjustments as price adjustments. Higher rates, you're raising the general price level. It's inflationary, all else equal. Lower rates, you're lowering the price level. That is deflationary or disinflationary, whatever you want to call it. So I don't concern myself. Whatever happens tomorrow, I'm probably going to be out doing something else. I don't pay attention to it. What happens tomorrow, right off of that rate announcement, is irrelevant. Maybe even for the next week or so, weeks even, it's irrelevant. All right. Now, if you want to go over the history of it, let's go back. I've done this, in the past. I'm going to do it again, and this is why I don't pay attention to one single day's action. A lot of it is just driven by emotional reflex reaction. It's by zombies. It's by people who don't understand. Okay, it's by portfolios shifting around based on, one word in a statement. That's all irrelevant, all right? In December 2015, let's go over it. In December 2015, when the Fed first changed its monetary policy and started raising interest rates, that for the first time in 9 years, the dollar index was at 98. Now it's at 89. Dollar yen was at 121. Now it's at 105, 106. Gold was at 1,045, I believe. Now it's at 1,310. The 10-year Treasury future was at 127. Now it's at 120, 119, 120. Okay? Euro was around 105, something like that, 106. Now it's at 123. British pound, I don't know what that thing was, but it was probably a lot lower than where it is right now. I'll tell you, a lot lower than where it is right now. Now it's a lot higher. So you see the progression. We've had 5 rate hikes. Everybody said the dollar was going to go up. It went down. Okay, S&P, where was the S&P? I think it was about 2,100, 2,000 something. Now it's at 2,700. All right. So understanding the big picture, I don't sit there, at 1:59 and 59 seconds Eastern time waiting for that thing to pop up. You think Warren Buffett sits there looking at his screen waiting for that thing? He knows they're going to hike rates tomorrow. He understands what rate hikes mean. They're completely... If you understand the impact of that, really fundamentally what that means, and most of you don't, you all think, higher rates, that quashes inflation, and people can't buy stuff. That's not what it means, all right? You don't have an understanding. That's a one-dimensional understanding. If you understand the macro, and of course, those of us who understand MMT understand it, and we know what it is. I don't sit there, what's going to happen? Oh my God, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? I don't care. What happens in the reaction might present some opportunities to me because I know how to take advantage of people who are basically clueless, who don't know what they're doing. And that's what I do, and that's what I teach. So I don't care. All right, so that's what I wanted to say about that. Number two, we bought back into the oil market last week. My number was 60.50 on the WTI NYMEX. We got down there. Now we're up over 63, okay? So calling the oil markets really, really well. Yesterday, I sent out an email to MMT Trader subscribers when the market was down about 340 points. I said it's overdone. Yeah, we went down about another 100 points after that. Then we closed down about 330, I believe, so right about where I said it was overdone. And today, we're up another 160, 170. Stock market's going nowhere because basically you have two opposing forces. It's what I've been talking about. You have on the one hand inflation, which, that's higher prices, that eats into profit margins. On the other hand, you have stronger economic growth. And remember, higher prices, don't think one-dimensional again. Somebody receives those higher prices. So yes, higher prices are paid, but that equates to higher income to others. Okay, it's not like the money doesn't fly out into outer space. It's like a redistribution. That's what inflation does, and that's what deflation does, all right? So you have to understand. Somebody pays more, but somebody also receives more. See what I'm saying? A lot of stuff going on now, folks. A lot of stuff that could confuse anybody, even myself. You have the situation with Fed policy, rate hikes. You have other central banks now moving towards higher rates. You have these tariffs and potentially a trade war starting up and real wars. All right, you have all this political headline crazy stories with Trump and the administration. You have a revolving door of policymakers. Gary Cohn is out, Larry Kudlow is in. You got a lot of stuff going on, and it can be very confusing. But I teach people, I show people how to surmount that. How to not let that stuff affect you. Otherwise, you're going to go nuts. There's too many things to process. You have to know how to surmount that, and that's what I do. All right, everybody. Let's see what happens tomorrow. Probably I'll be taking a lot of your money, as I always do, because you don't know what you're doing. My SEAL Team 6 does. The rest of you don't. You're looking at your little lines on your charts, which tells you what happened in the past. And you think, oh, it's a timing mechanism. You're such an idiot, Norman. It tells me every time what I'm supposed to do. Okay, all right. Cha-ching, money in my pocket, folks. All right, everybody. See you later. Bye-bye.